Former A's third baseman Eric Chavez is considered a top candidate for the Angels' managerial opening. Former A's third baseman Eric Chavez is considered a top candidate for the Angels' managerial opening. Photo, Susan Slusser. The Chronicle Astros bench coach Joe Espada, 20, prepares for the start of Game 2 of the ALCS at Fenway Park. Astros bench coach Joe Espada, 20, prepares for the start of Game 2 of the ALCS at Fenway Park. Photo, Karen Warren. Houston Chronicle Giants Vice President of Player Development David Bell talks with Jose Montilla, manager of the Giants' Dominican Summer League team, in Scottsdale in March. Giants Vice President of Player Development David Bell talks with Jose Montilla, manager of the Giants' Dominican Summer League team, in Scottsdale in March. Photo, Jennifer Stewart. Special to the Chronicle Giants bench coach Hensley Mullins is reportedly among the candidates for the managerial positions in Cincinnati and Minnesota. Giants bench coach Hensley Mullins is reportedly among the candidates for the managerial positions in Cincinnati and Minnesota. Photo, Orlando Ramirez. Associated Press 2017 window_Taboola equals window_Taboola_Taboola push mode thumbnails C container Taboola interstitial gallery thumbnails 5 placement interstitial gallery thumbnails 5 target _type mix_Taboola push flush true. Photo, Susan Slusser. The Chronicle. Former A's third baseman Eric Chavez is considered a top candidate for the Angels' managerial opening. Former A's third baseman Eric Chavez is considered a top candidate for the Angels' managerial opening. Photo, Susan Slusser. The Chronicle. 6 MLB managerial openings. No experience necessary. Not long ago, experienced big league managers had their way in the baseball world, floating from team to team with or without distinguished track records. They were safe hires, easy hires. For the most part, experienced managers landing jobs have gone the way of the bunt, complete game and pepper. We're seeing more candidates with no managing experience who are open to running a game based on a direction, usually analytics-driven, provided by the front office. Of the 6 openings last winter, 5 were filled by rookies. Now there are 6 more openings: Angels, Rangers, Twins, Orioles, Blue Jays and Reds, and based on names of the candidates, other than Joe Girardi and Jim Riggleman and very few others, prepare for more of the same. Several have Giants links: Farm Director David Bell, Reds; Blue Jays, Rangers; Bench Coach Hensley Mullins, Reds; Twins; former utility man Mark DeRosa, Blue Jays; and former shortstop Omar Vizquel, Angels. Some are A's affiliated: former third baseman Eric Chavez, Angels; former shortstop Mike Bordick, Orioles; coordinator of instruction Ed Sprague, Blue Jays; and former minor league infielder Joe Espada, Angels; Blue Jays, Rangers, Twins. Joe Espada. Suddenly, the Astros bench coach is a hot commodity. The A's selected him in the second round of the 1996 draft, and he played 11 seasons in pro ball without reaching the majors. He worked his way up in the Marlins system to be third base coach, a position he also held with the Yankees, and this season replaced Alex Cora as A.J. Hinch's bench coach in Houston. In a strange and related twist, Oakland's first 3 draft picks in '96 were Chavez, Espada and Hinch, the latter 2 rooming together in the minors and remaining friends over the years. Hinch swears by Espada, who has managed in the Puerto Rico Winter League and coached in the World Baseball Classic. We're rooting for Chavez to become the Angels manager even though we have no idea how he'd perform. No one could have predicted this opportunity, when the former third baseman was winning Gold Gloves with the A's and never giving a vibe that he'd be, or want to be, a future manager. As a player, Chavez was as laid-back as he was productive, sporting a low-key personality rooted from growing up in North San Diego County, where he attended Billy Beane's alma mater, Mount Carmel, San Diego. Chavez evolved into a leader after leaving Oakland and playing for the Yankees and Diamondbacks, and the Angels thought enough of him to let him manage in AAA the final weeks of this season. The Angels gig, opened when Mike Scioscia stepped aside, might be the most desired of the six because of Mike Trout, the best overall player in the game, and Shohei Ohtani, a two-way star who'll hit next season but won't pitch following Tommy John surgery. The new manager could have an impact on whether Trout, a free agent in 2 years, will stick around longer term. Vizquel is out of the running, but Chavez is a strong candidate. He has been a special assistant to Angels general manager Billy Eppler and had a similar role with the Yankees when Eppler was an assistant GM in the Bronx. Chavez has never managed in the big leagues. He has never coached, period. But he's a candidate because he knows the game and is open to applying principles laid out by upper management. That he lacks experience isn't a detriment but a benefit, because that's how the game is trending. The Cubs, just 2 years from winning the World Series, are in an inauspicious spot with the major's most committed payroll for 2019, $179 million, including club options, according to Spotrac.com, far more than the runners-up Giants, $142 million. This is not a good category to lead, especially for a team that failed to reach the division series, and that doesn't include arbitration-eligible players such as Chris Bryant, Javi Baez, Kyle Schwarber, and Kyle Hendricks. The Cubs have a whopping 14 players under contract for next year, 4 of whom would make at least $20 million. The Giants have 9 players under contract, with Buster Posey and Johnny Cueto topping $20 million. Of the 4 teams to reach the ALCS, the Astros, $98 million committed to 2019 contracts, and Brewers, $94 million, have the most payroll flexibility. Then there are the more bang-for-your-buck A's, $18 million, who have only Steven Piscotty, Yusmeiro Petit and Fernando Rodney signed, and that's only if they exercise Rodney's option. It's tough to be a modern-day hitting coach. A year ago, the Cubs hired Chili Davis to make the lineup more well-rounded. Management wanted more line drives and better contact and opposite field hitting, and Davis largely delivered. But the Cubs' power took a dramatic hit, ranking 22nd in homers 167, after ranking 9th 223 last year. Things worsened as the season went on, and Theo Epstein said, "We weren't looking to sacrifice power and walks in exchange for ground balls and opposite field hits." Davis, who broke into the majors as a Giant and served as an ace hitting coach, gave this intriguing tick to the Chicago Sun-Times: "I guess I need to make some adjustments in the way I deliver my message to the millennial players now. I need to make those adjustments for the next job I get, if there is one, but without losing my identity. Because I know what I know. And I know what I bring is not wrong." Those who monitored Baez's career year, which landed him in the MVP conversation, might agree. Jeff Kent spent just 2 seasons with the Astros but won't be forgotten in Houston. Aside from collecting 200 RBIs, he hit 3 homers in the 2004 NLCS, including one that ended Game 5. In his 17-year career, he never played for a World Series champ. We can't count the 1992 Blue Jays because he was traded away in August, after losing Game 7 of the 2002 World Series as a Giant and Game 7 of the 2004 NLCS as an Astro. "Yes, I'm proud and grateful that I was part of a program making transitions, but I'm jealous as all get out because I'm a competitor and I wanted it to be me and not someone else," Kent said. Thursday at Minute Maid Park, Kent threw out the ceremonial first pitch, air-mailed to the backstop, actually, and a few hours later, the Astros were eliminated. John Shea is the San Francisco Chronicle's national baseball writer. Email, jshea@sfchronicle.com. Twitter, @JohnSheehy.